Oh, hello there. And that is so wet. Hello and welcome to Saskatchewan. Hello and welcome to Does Size Matter Part 2 the remix. I'm out here in Saskatchewan, Alberta, where I'm out here in Saskatchewan, Alberta. We've done a lot of Alberta things. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Land of the living skies, except for today. 49 states. No, not 49 states. Saskatchewan. And then as long as I'm not too close, I'm out here in Saskatchewan, where our trip begins. Where do you think we're going? Saskatchewan. Honey, if it ain't Saskatchewan, I don't want it. I don't want to use all my good bits here because I'm just a quirky girl doing quirky bits. I think that's it. I think that's all. Oh, hi. I'm just a quirky Ponteix because, baby, this is Ponteix. I wonder what people must think when we're in, when they see us standing in front of the sign like this is a destination. We did drive quite far for Ponteix. You won't believe what we're going to find in Ponteix. I won't believe what we find in Ponteix. Out here in Ponteix, Saskatchewan, we're doing things differently. Welcome, visitors. That's us. The sign needs a little love. I'm out here in Ponteix, Saskatchewan, where you will find Ponteix, Saskatchewan. Hydra Ponteix. Join me doing all this other stuff. Do you need a new sleep paralysis demon? Hi, my name's David, and I'm out here in Ponteix, Saskatchewan, where you will find Mo the dinosaur. Mo, of course, being short for homosexual. It would look as if the teeth are homemade, which is a sentence I didn't think I'd ever say. This guy's character is nothing short of prehistoric. There's a crack in his neck. I want to lean on this, but if I slide, that thing's going straight up my... No, that's not gonna work, I'm sliding! Do you believe in evolution? Hi, my name's David, and I'm out here in Ponteix, Saskatchewan, where you can find... Oh yeah, because what is it actually called? Plesiosaur. Nothing will triceratops this dinosaur. One time, I met a dinosaur who was a sorceress. She put me in a real Tyrannosaurus Rex. I can literally feel it crumbling underneath me. This crack is getting bigger. My neck, my back. My dinosaur attack. Oh, that's prickly. I mean, look at his face. You can't sit there and tell me he's anything but a flamer. Real nightmare fuel. You believe in miracles. Where are you from? Huh! You Ponteix thing. Now this beauty is called a plesiosaur. Now you may be thinking, please, what does that mean? And to be honest, I don't know either. I'm just here to serve looks. Stunning pretty. I'm that of Ponteix City. That sign doesn't apply to me because I can't read. Didn't mean to barge in on you. Feeling naughty? Hello there and welcome back to Does Size Matter Part 2 the remix. I'm bored out of my mind. This really makes my bowels turn. Hi, my name's David and I'm standing in front of the Succannon sunken ship just outside of Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Now it's pronounced Succannon or Succannon depending on where you're from. And I mean, oh boy, these views are fantastic. That's very impressive. I like big boats and I cannot lie. What's up, dog? What's the only vegetable not allowed on a boat? A leaf. What's a boat's favorite movie? The Godfather. No ship, Sherlock. This thing is off the hook. I ain't shipping ya. This thing may not make it to the Suez Canal, but it will make it in your heart. So come on down to the Succannon or Succannon Prairie ship. You may be disappointed, but that's okay. You can have very specific taste. I won't blame you. And welcome to Moose Jaw, where you can find the world's largest pair of... Oh my god. Oh, that's super embarrassing. Let's go to the right side. Whew, that's moose better. Hopefully that mistake doesn't land me in the moose paper. Yeah, so this is a moose. I want you to pop that Big Mac moose right in this little garage. What do you call a moose that plays the piano? A musician. If you want to see this big moosey, come on down to Moose Jaw, where everything's anonymous. I'm just a quirky moose doing moose things. Do you say moose or mises? Do you say mise or mise en scène? Moose en scène. My name is Musa indeed. Because down here in Moose Jaw, they've created quite the little moose en scène. Little garage. You say mooses or mise? So hoof it on down to Moose Jaw, where you can find Mac. Okay, I'm just gonna start with the song. Huh? It's just a man. You can tell me that your dog ran away. No, not waving, just staring. Then tell me that it took 3 days. My dear friends, family, and folks at home, I am in Rouleau, Saskatchewan, where the popular hit television comedy series Corner Gas was filmed. I heard every joke. This ain't your dog's river anymore. I heard everyone you say. I don't know if it's just because I grew up in this area, think there's not a lot going on, or if it's because we're Canadian, look closer, buddy, you're so wrong, or if it was just a really good show. Did you love Corner Gas? That's why we can stay so long. There was an episode where Dog River was trying to increase tourism by building the world's largest. And while they were experimenting with things like the world's largest hoe, pause for laughter, where there's not a lot going on, they landed on putting prairie dogs everywhere around Dog River. Now, I haven't seen any prairie dog statues, but I have ran over about 15 of them on the highway so far. You see, here at Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix, we take our world's largest things very seriously. There was one episode of Corner Gas where they were trying to drum up tourism, so they wanted to build the world's largest something. Now, they experimented with things like the world's largest hoe. However, they did go with the idea of putting up prairie dogs and painting them. Now, I haven't seen any of those in this town, but I have ran over about 10 of them on the highway, so it feels like the same thing. It's not a prairie dog, but it's something with lashes. So the episode where Wanda discovers Red Bull and drinks way too many at once. Or the episode that Lacey has to go to traffic school because she doesn't obey the laws and regulations of a yield sign. Then tell me that it took 3. That's true. The way that I still use that bit in my everyday life, always going through a yield sign, it's just a suggestion. Speed limits? Just a suggestion. Quit knitting, which is just fun to say. Quit knitting. Quit knitting. And I will never call anybody a jackass without immediately thinking of Oscar. I'm Oscar. Jackass. And one of my favorite quotes from Emma is when Wanda asked if she was okay, she responded with, "Why? Because I don't have a smile pasted on my face 24/7 like a moron." The episode where they were trying to figure out who painted Grad 68 up on the water tower. So come on down to Rouleau, Saskatchewan for a howling good time if you want the Dog River experience. And hey, it's a lot better here than in Fullerton. So cool. Yeah, can you imagine living in this house? All these idiots out here making videos. My favorite Wanda episode is when she pretended to be Judge Judy and she was handling people's disputes behind the counter, and she goes, "Silence! I mean, order!" The episode where Oscar and Emma get into Ukrainian dancing. Quit knitting. Quit knitting. It's even fun to say. Quit knitting. Chili cheese dogs. You see, when I lived in Toronto, things were different. When Oscar and Emma were getting a new sidewalk and Wanda was dying to write her name in the concrete as it was drying, and after she did, everybody was blaming her, and she said, "How do you know that was me? That could have meant Wizards Against Naked Dancing in Alberta." I did not come here to talk about who did now and what happened. The trivia episode in this bar. Yeah, that's right, my truck is busted. Or the pink eye episode where Wanda had pink eye and was rubbing it all over the counter. All right. The episode where Wanda drank way too much Red Bull and Emma took her home to come weed the garden, and she did the whole thing in like 2 minutes. I did not come here to talk about who did what to which one. Or when Brent and Oscar got stuck on the roof. I don't remember anything I said. Yeah, good times right here in the corner. Little action shots. There is second. This is gonna be just really quite a scene if anybody's watching. Oh, and there is. Okay. Or the episode where they take the four-way stop and turn it into a traffic light and the whole town goes insane. I remember when Wanda, Oscar, Hank, and one other older person pull up to the four-way stop and Wanda goes, "Great, 2 geriatrics and an idiot. I'm never getting home." Jane Austen bandages. But what's the line between like addressing the past and trying to make something beautiful out of it, but also being sad because the history is so horrendous? In the 1800s, the population of the First Nations people was ravaged by diseases such as smallpox. Brought by the Europeans, their remains were placed on the hills southwest of the town, which became known as the Indian Head Hills. God, we're out here giving a history lesson. The railway arrived in 1882 and the townsfolk proposed to call this community Indian Head. The Indian Head statue was commissioned to honor this history. That's horrendous. We've seen so much terrible history. I've been in comedy too long, but I can't be funny because this isn't funny. It's just frustrating because like things like these can be so beautiful, but the history behind it is so horrendous. Like this beautiful piece of art was commissioned to remember all of those lives lost. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a dental damn. Notre Dame. If the tip's not in it, I don't want it. I only had one root canal, Amber. Oh, bigot. Why is dental dam in my head? Oh no, I fell. Out here in Montmartre, where you can find this tower of an Eiffel. Those dentists are making a racket. Everything here is very fancy. I mean, look, we have our own water feature. Just like this Eiffel Tower out here in Montmartre. It's just a wee bit different than the Eiffel Tower you may know and love. But in this direction, if you travel about 6,000 kilometers, you will find the real Eiffel Tower. This place gives me the crepes. I Louvre. Is the sun playing through the holes? So if you love the idea of being an sorry, I started smoking. Oh my God, I'm smoking in Paris. So if you love the idea of going to Paris, but don't have the money to go, I don't have the money, come on down to Montmartre. From the true north, Amber, actually from the northwest. Come on down to Montmartre. It's the next best thing. And baby, here's hoping that our paths croissant sometime soon. Goodbye. Baguette. Welcome to Canora, where it smells moist no matter where you go. Welcome to Canora, where we stayed in a tiny cottage that we probably got a MRSA in. Welcome to Canora, where there is the world's largest Ukrainian woman with the world's tiniest feet. Welcome to Canora, where I ripped off part of my front bumper because we murdered a jackrabbit on the highway. I'm feeling more like a human. It's too early for this Amber. I don't feel sharp. I feel like a spoon. I got it. I'm a professional. Cry me a river out here in Canora, where we have the world's largest Ukrainian woman with the world's tiniest feet. She's late for her pierogi. But besties, don't worry. This is not done in borscht taste. But I ain't borscht and I never sausage such a beautiful woman. You know what they say about these things. Keep calm and carry on. Because out here in Canora, there are two things we know and love. And I forget both of them. Because out here in Canora, there are two things that we know and love. Hodgepodge and the Canadian Northern Railway. So if you love pierogies, we took the CA from Canadian, the No from Northern, and the Ra from the Railway, shoved it together, called it a town. Isn't that interesting? Because what I'm really interested is looking over at this billboard of churches. So if you love sausage, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Canora, where their Tim Hortons has no drive-through, but there's 12 churches. So if you're Ukrainian, so come on down to Canora, where you can find the world's largest Ukrainian woman. End of list. Okay. Edward Schneirer. Schneirer. I don't care. On September 3rd, 1980. As a salute to the coming of the Canadian Northern Railway line to our area, Mr. Wilson Allen took the first two letters of each word from the railway's official name and combined them to form Canora. Oh, Canadian North Railway. Canadian Northern Railway? What is it? What the hell? Canadian Northern Railway. Oh, because out here in Canora, we're all about shoving things together. Peter. The mine is here. Welcome to Esterhazy. Well, this is Pete. Now, Pete may look a little bit familiar to you, and honestly, he looks like a Bob the Builder character if he aged 50 years in direct sunlight. Pete the miner. But honestly, if you want to come out to Esterhazy, don't get cold Pete. Can he Pete it? And besties, I won't Pete around the bush. I come out to these places so you don't have to. Nice to Pete you. This guy will put you 6 feet under. Do you have a Pete tooth? He has had a Pete tooth for too long, it would seem. His teeth are falling out. Why is it a thing with all the teeth of the things we've been seeing? The teeth have been especially terrifying. Just Pete it. And if you're interested in more Pete pics, check out my OnlyFans. Feeling Pete off? Can you Pete it? Get into the Pete-a-see, the Pantasy, the Pete-antasy, the Pantasy, the Pete-a-see? Sounds good. Now let's get a look at Pete's. What kind of butt does that look like? You know those people where their back goes straight into their legs? So apparently mining doesn't exercise your glutes. Let's do some wheels. What if I just started staring at people instead of them staring at me? Welcome. We're in Esterhazy. And this is Pete's wheel. Looks a little bit big for him, but... And I ain't rolling. much. We'll be back. Just out here drinking my water and minding my own business. Come on, Wheels. Just rolling around Esterhazy. You know, I was thinking about climbing the wheel, but I don't want to end up with a minor injury. I don't get that one. Do you get that one? Oh, because minors. With things like these, it's always in the minor details. You want to do some wheels? Okay, well, this wheel's not small. Out here in Esterhazy, there's so much to do. Pete the Miner, drinking my water, minding my business, this potash borer, whatever that means. You got that big wheel? Don't forget the big wheel, that's something. You know what drives me hazy? Yeah? Okay, now I gotta get off this thing somehow. So come on out to Esterhazy if you have some extra potash that needs boring. Oh my god, you can't just ask somebody if they have potash or not. Hazy little thing, call out. Who would have thought we would have got so much excitement out of the potash borer? Club Esterhazy. Just some minor head trauma. It's nothing, a little head trauma. It's nothing. Good video. Okay, driving this hazy. I'm gonna rip my pants on the potash borer. I'm David, reporting from Esterhazy.